Hi guys, this is Joe popping on, and today we're doing something a little different. I collect lots of things besides pops, and so I got one in today in the mail, and so you know what? I decided, I'm going to share it with you guys. And today I got my package from Amazon. Um, this is a line that actually is really what I think drove me to become a collector once again when I got older. Um, it's a it's funny because like all the exclusives and standing in line and everything like that, I never really did for pops when they first started. Most people didn't, because you didn't. But these you did, and they were really hard to find. And you had to go the day they came out, wait in line, pray that you were like first, and everything like that. And what I am talking about are Amiibo. I have a very large Amiibo collection, and I just got the new 3. These ones look so good. Who needs a knife anymore anyway? But these look so nice. I what can I say? I think they look great. One of my favorite games is Smash Brothers. It has been since I was very little, and it's what's kind of driven me to get every like Nintendo console. At a certain point, I'm like, if Smash Brothers came out and I didn't own the system yet, I had to go get I had to get the system for Smash Brothers. That's how much I love the game. I really do. I'm not crazy competitive or anything like that. I like to just play for fun. I like to play every single character, try to get good at them, and just kind of mess with people when you pick random and you beat their ass. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. But I find it fun. I really do. And these look so good. I don't collect all the Amiibo. I try to collect the games I really like. So I have the ones for Smash Brothers. For God's sakes, that's more than enough. They have so many that I need to figure out a way to display them properly because I have all this for pops, and I could probably do a nice, probably half a shelf for Amiibo. So they look really good, and as I said, I've moved recently, so I'm still trying to figure out how I want to display everything. But these guys look so nice. They've just gotten better and better with the Amiibo designs because these characters are all new, and so they had in mind when they made their trophies for the screen that they were going to make them into figures, because most all of the original figures were all based off of the original trophy you get when you win as a certain character in Smash Brothers, and that would be the trophy. It was the Amiibo, and you didn't always get the best design because like lots of people called the yellow stand for Link's original Amiibo like the P stand, which I never really appreciated. I thought I was like, oh come on guys, we don't need to call one of our collector's things something like that. But it stands true though. But these guys were made to stand properly in figure form because they had that in mind now while making the decision to make the characters. I once again love the game. And the figures just are amazing. Now, for anybody who does not like tearing of packages, you might want to turn away because I open my figures. I open all my figures. I don't like to, as I've said before, I don't know. I tried to keep things in boxes, and I don't know why it kind of makes me feel depressed. So I like to open them. I like to feel them. I actually do keep the hard shell and the backing on them because, as I've said, I've actually moved quite a few times in the past couple of years, and I don't want to break my stuff. So I have boxes in the garage and stuff like that of the casings for like the Amiibos so I don't break them. So let's start off. I'm going to start off with Simon Beaumont. He is really nice. He's actually probably the one I was looking forward to in this grouping the most. Ooh, come on, don't rip so bad. Perfect. Kind of like to keep the flapping thing because I just like to keep it all together. Just so it for me, just packing everything up and stuff. If I have to, I can. So here we go. Let's pop him out. Ooh, at least they made steady. So I pop it back in. So if you ever need to transport these guys, it's the best way to do it, because if you bubble wrap these ones, they sometimes can get very fragile, like his whip might break or something like that. But look at Belmont. He looks so good. I just love this. It looks so nice. They do such a good job. I just really like it. I am glad that Nintendo kind of keeps... in this one instance, I'm glad Nintendo kind of keeps its stuff under wraps, because if they did a lot more for Smash Brothers and stuff, I'd probably want to get it. Nintendo is really my favorite gaming platform. I've just played consoles from the original Super Nintendo, the original Nintendo, and the NES, all the way to current. I've always played all the Nintendo consoles. I was very fortunate to do that. To the point when I was very little, I thought video games were called Nintendos, like an old grandmother, because I never played PlayStation. I never really played. The only one else I ever really played was Atari, and I called that one Atari. And I was like, I'm going to go play instead of saying video games, I would say Nintendo. But once again, I was very tiny. So, excellent. Let's do Cinna Roar next. They did a really nice job with him. He's nice and beefy. I really like Cinna Roar. He's a hard character to play. At least for me, he is. Because some of his moves... that opened nice. Because he's just a very slow character. And he doesn't have the greatest get back on ability and everything like that. I just need to play with him some more. Because some of my favorite characters are actually the heavy characters. You have such great stay alive abilities. One of my best characters is actually Donkey Kong. But I think that goes a little bit more to the fact that Donkey Kong's been in every game since the beginning. And I'm very good with him because of it. Like, see, this one does have the stand. But when you're holding him and you have him displayed in front, it is not noticeable, really, at all. Which is really nice, because you don't really display them to the side or anything like that. You face him out. And so this stand works quite well for him. The flames on the belt look beautiful. Just look at that. He just looks really nice. They've done a really great job with this. I have to say, as I've said, I just love the Amiibo. I'm not even... I do use them to unlock things, and because they do have the chip in the base and everything like that. I do like to make the character, fight them and stuff like that. But I mostly get Amiibos for the figure. I really love having one of the characters that I really, really like. And I have to say, this one got ripped. But once again, I don't care. But that's kind of funny because it came in the box that way. And if I was inbox collector, I'd be pissed. But for me, it doesn't matter. But it always saddens me when they package stuff that way. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing Crom. Yeah, I'll quickly show you. It already probably hurt you because I took it out. But here's Crom. He looks really nice. I love how they have the cape blowing. And they did such good detail on the cape. Another Fire Emblem's character. I have to say, they're really driving home every game since they introduced them in Melee. We've just been getting more and more and more Fire Emblem characters. A lot of people like them because they're the sword-based ones. A lot of people like to use them in competitions because they have just really great all-around kits. I'm good with them. I'm quite good with them, but... they've never been my favorite. I've always kind of felt they're a little bit too straightforward. They're kind of more if like you're into like more traditional fighter, because it's a sword-based character. I like the ones that play weird. Like I enjoy like going at somebody with Pikmin because he's just like people don't expect it. The only one I've never really enjoyed. I don't do too bad with him, but is like Wario. I always thought Wario was weird ever since they introduced him into the game. But let me get a little closer, see if you get any more of that detail. I'm not sure if it's going to focus on him, if it's going to pick him up as a face. Let's see if I cover mine. Does it help? Sorry if it doesn't. But he looks so good. These just look really nice. The Amiibos are such great figures, and I love that they're reprinting them, because it kind of kills me now, but I did like some real hunting. When they first came out, like people were saying they were never going to make them anymore, and I couldn't get my hands on some, even though I was going day one, and searching all the stores, waiting in line. It's when Toys R Us was still here with us. Hopefully we'll be back soon. You would wait online and go to the store, and I remember a couple times, like, I actually pre-ordered them at Toys R Us, and they would sell my pre-orders because they're like, it's a toy, why are we pre-ordering toys? And I was like, well, you had it in your system to pre-order it. I did, and you sold mine. And they're like, well, sorry, nothing we can do. And so it happened a couple times, and just trying to get them all was ridiculous. But I would have to go to Second Market and to get a couple of them. I remember the Wii Fit Trainer and the Villager. I think I did Marth as well, but I actually wound up then getting him the American version. It doesn't matter. They're all the same versions. Like if you get them from Japan, they're the same figure. The boxes just have the titles in Japanese. I believe now they use the same box for all regions, because as I point to the wrong side, they have all three languages. I think so. They just print one. But I could be mistaken. Then again, I haven't had to really go to Japan and stuff to order them again, because they're pretty easy to get. I still missed one, which I'm very annoyed about, which was Isabelle. For some reason, I couldn't get her pre-ordered, or it got canceled or something. That it was weird. Like oh yeah, that's what it is. I went to order it at the store. They said they could, and then they told me that they over-ordered or something like that, and it got canceled. So then I went to go do it online and everything, and it just got into a big deal, and I couldn't get her. So I'm on the lookout for her to be restocked, or I might be just... this might be the one I order from Japan, because it's not too expensive to order it from Japan, really, with free shipping on Amazon. I think it's like $20. Once again, I've just been like, okay, I can hold off a little bit, because I was expecting really to see her in stores. So let me lower this down, and we can take a look at these guys. Excellent. Yeah, so this is what they look like. They look really good. Once again, I don't think they're too hard to find right now. I did see a couple of them at GameStop the other day. And as you can tell, as I showed you, I ordered mine from Amazon. I think they're still up. So if anybody's interested, you can still grab all of them. I highly recommend them. There are some of the coolest... ways to get a Nintendo character really out there, and they have such great lines. I do collect, as I said, a couple of them. The one I really do is Smash Brothers, and the other one I really do is Zelda. Zelda is one of my favorite franchises of all time, and so I try to get all the different versions of him. My set was incomplete for a long time, and I was just able to procure the last one I was missing, which was Skyward Sword. Actually, I never was able to get him because it was exclusive to Amazon when it first came out, and I think it went up once that I know of, and it sold out. And I constantly checked back on it for about a year. It never got a restock that I know of, and as I said, I got them like a couple months ago. I just got them. I think Play Asia is where it finally got a restock there, and I ordered one in, and I was like, thank you, because I really wanted my Link set to be complete. But they're really fun. Once again, they're great if you use them in the games. These ones are fun if you use them in Zelda, just to get some more items. Just to get extra stuff is always fun. But these ones, they just look so nice. And if you are a Smash Brothers fan, this is the best figure you can get, like, for your character that you like. I don't know. I just think they're great. Let me know if you guys still collect Amiibo, because this is one that I really like it. Like every couple of months we get like another Nintendo Direct, and they release a couple new figures. I know they're doing another one. I'm blanking on one of the characters. I know one is Dark Samus. I'm sorry, guys. I'm blanking on the other one. But this time they did two that are now coming out after their last Nintendo Direct. So they're still coming out, and they're all going to do new ones. The one I'm most looking forward to is Banjo-Kazooie. I just can't wait for him to get an official released figure. I missed the one from GameStop with their weird... Like, I never got any of those figures, but I would have gotten Banjo-Kazooie just because it's Banjo-Kazooie, because I love that game. It's part of my childhood. It's one of those Nintendo games that I actually got a VHS tape previewing it when I was little, and I loved it so much. I remember watching it over and over and over again. We went and pre-ordered the game. Came with the t-shirt. I still actually have the t-shirt for the Banjo-Kazooie first game. I'm just like, it's just a good childhood memory for me. I hope they make a new one, because I love Banjo-Kazooie 1, Banjo-Kazooie 2. Just such good games. But then they screwed it up with the one for Xbox, because they took the characters and made like a car building thing with it. I remember trying to play it when I was younger, and I didn't have an HD TV, and I don't have the greatest eyesight. I have good eyesight, but I don't have great eyesight. But I couldn't really read the screen. They made the text so tiny. I don't know if anybody else ever had this problem. And it's a kind of in-depth game to learn when you first get it. And I was little also, and I don't even remember really when it came out anymore. I remember trying to play it, and I wanted to play it like I did the original 2. Just kind of run around like you would in like a Mario game, like Mario Sunshine, Mario 64. Because that was the Banjo-Kazooie games. It was like those games. And it wasn't like that at all. And I got very disappointed, and that was one of my big games. That was like my big game for Christmas. And I remember, like, damn, I don't know how to play this. I never finished, which is sad. I should go back and try to play. I think it was Nuts and Bolts was the title. So let me raise you up. Give me a moment. Excellent. So thank you guys for watching. I have to say, these is the best figures for a Nintendo fan, because there's not many Nintendo figures out there that I really like. The ones I find are really great are far too expensive, like the 4-star, I think, are the statues and stuff like that are way too expensive but are sinfully good. I've never gotten one, but that, as I've said, I love Banjo-Kazooie. That Banjo-Kazooie one was like hair's breadth from getting it. I just don't know where I'd put it, because I want to try to get the Overwatch. I have a couple of them, the Overwatch statue characters, and those take up a lot of room. And if I did actually, as I would love to do, try to get the entire cast of Overwatch, I'd take up a wall. I'd have to personalizedly build shelves for them, which isn't too hard. You just need to know the sizing. But they're fun. But if you do statues are large, heavy, and fragile. So I try not to do too many. And if I do a statue, I try to do it tiny, and I have to spot for it. Just because I love to collect. I really do. And it gets expensive. But guys, tell me if you guys collect anything Nintendo, like figures. What do you collect? And which ones do you recommend? Because I don't, like, as I said, I collect Amiibo. That's what, really got me into collecting as an adult again. Just getting these figures and these characters meant so much to me, and it still does. Like, I truly love that they continued making these figures, because I wasn't 100% that they were going to keep it up, because Amiibos just kind of disappeared. Like, you get a sprinkling every so often, like we got some for Splatoon 2. I don't know how well they did. I remember getting the first Splatoon set with all of them. I didn't get the recolorings because they were the same color, the same figure with different colored skin and everything. It's like, I don't need that. I didn't get the new Inklings for Wave 2, but I did get the singers. I like the pop stars. I think they're fun. But I don't know. I just, some of theirs do really well and some of them don't. Like, I really like Animal Crossing, and that one did well for me. It failed miserably for them. I remember seeing them in Five Below. They would have a ton. I know now Isabelle from that one does pretty well because the chip counts as an Isabelle figure. And people were like, well, that's another way to get Isabelle, and so she then sold out. But I like the wave. I was just mad that my favorite character, which kind of feels like they were holding off on making him, Brewster, didn't get an Amiibo. But if you guys like Amiibos, which ones do you collect? Do you collect all of them? Do you just collect certain ones? I once again, I collect too many of them because I had to cut back. But once again, they stopped making a lot of them, so it was good for me. But Smash is just the ones I have to get. Like, these guys are just too nice. They really are. Like, too cool. And like just their faces. If you guys, I know my camera really isn't picking up the finer details on them, because they're just so small. But they have great painting on the faces. So thank you all for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really makes a difference, and I really appreciate it. So thank you all so very much, and please let me know which one do you guys like. And if you guys collect any other Nintendo, which ones do you collect? So thank you so much. And this is Joe popping on, and I'm going to be popping off. Toodles, guys.